da ha da ha da ha 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 da ha da ha da ha 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 da ha da ha da ha 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 da ha da ha da ha 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 da ha da ha da ha 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 ha.
A former Monroe Comprehensive High School teacher is now facing 2 counts of sexual assault with a student after she resigned from the school system last week.
WALB News 10's Mackenzie Petrie joins us live in the studio with those new details. Mackenzie?
Yes, Audriana Williams was arrested earlier today and booked into Dougherty County Jail before she was released with a $2,000 bond. Williams is being charged by Dougherty County School System Police Department with 2 counts of sexual assault by persons with supervisory and disciplinary authority. Now, many of you may know Mrs. Williams from her viral back-to-school rap video that WALB aired in our Good News segment back in 2020. In the last hour, we received a statement from the Dougherty County School System that reads in part, quote, "The charges were filed as the result of an investigation into allegations of an inappropriate relationship with a student. Last week, Williams resigned her position in lieu of termination by the Dougherty County School Board of Education," end quote. If Williams is found guilty of those charges, she could potentially be facing 1 to 20 years in prison for each count. In studio, Mackenzie Petrie, WALB, your hometown news source.
All right, I just want to let you know right off the bat that I'm going to be saying a bunch of shit. All right? I'm going to be saying a bunch of shit as a parent. All right? And as a motherfucker with some common human decency and shit, okay? All right? This is a problem. This is a problem in our ethnic community, an invisible problem. And of course, we seen the R. Kellys and the other motherfuckers, in the community, the malfeasant, malignant pedos that run rampant over there and shit because of KEISHA and shit and their bad choices, post criminal incident and pre and post criminal incident and shit. I've said for a long time that a lot of these women, they look the other way, they have a code of silence and shit, especially when it's their family, because they don't want to get embarrassed or do anything about it or send their kid, that was victimized to a therapist, all right? A personal stake in this, by the way. When I watched this thing, I kind of chuckled and shit. And then I was mad and shit because that was a boy that was, inappropriately groomed into a relationship with this woman and the substandard woman. I don't care about her viral video. I listened to the bullshit and, I'm 54. I was around during the beginnings of hip hop. So I know this is trash. I know it's trash. Everything is trash in the video. Fuck the video. Okay, fuck the video. I would have never allowed that to be filmed in the school and shit. I would have never allowed any of that shit. We've been too permissive in educational centers and shit. And that's why you have these students running rampant and shit. Okay? Yeah, that's why you have these students. All these places are, a little while ago, like last month, I think it was, I covered the use of sexy reds, ski in Pound Town by black teachers and shit in preschool. All right? A woman went viral complaining about that shit. Right? And here we have another sister. I did a video a long time ago because, this one fat bitch that I talked to, and asked her that she should apologize to the black male contingent of our ethnic community, I suppose the ethnic community, about her comments about, passport bros being predators. And she wrote me, never gonna happen. And she was never gonna apologize and shit. So I got pissy about it and made a troll video response to her. Then I put out another video that highlighted the disparity between inappropriate behavior by female teachers and shit, and really, in tandem, in relation to male teacher transgressions, which were more harshly punished and shit. And I still have material from that was unused. And I'm probably going to use footage from that video in this one. All right, boys can be damaged irreparably for the rest of their lives by having an inappropriate relationship with an older woman. All right, and I've seen it myself. All right, luckily it didn't happen to me. right? The first person I was ever with was the same age as me, right? Post high school, I'll put it that way. I am the geek underground, right? This fat motherfucker. You know, I'm looking at this video, I just laughing my ass off. She made a rap video, and she's you know, fuck it. You know, this is like a fat middle-aged chick that could barely move. She had to sit in a chair doing some of her raps and leaning against the wall because she probably was gassed. Then she wearing all this the fat black lady clothes that make you laugh, like the giant jacket over her to try to hide her box like midsection and shit, and a weird lack of a neck that's probably in layaway and shit because she too busy messing with students then to pay the note on her own fucking neck and shit. All right. She's like fighting that human shape. She's fighting it real bad. She want to be built like a fucking box of cream of wheat and shit. And she had nerve to put her hands on somebody's kid and shit. She know that's inappropriate. She's supposed to be a teacher, you know. She's supposed to be someone that teaches someone, prepares somebody for the rest of their goddamn life, you know, on a remedial level. Even that and shit. They can't keep their personal situation out of you know, their work. Everything they do revolves around the goddamn box and shit. There's no way in the hell she should have been that close. And you know, where's the kid's mother? No, where's the kid's mother? Where's the kid's parents to monitor his social media and his phone? When I was a kid, somebody would call the house and I would get the call, and my mother would never put the phone down. She would be breathing, and just at some point she would just start blabbing into the phone. It used to piss me off. She didn't do this for my other female siblings and shit. They were allowed to have private conversations on a fucking phone, but I wasn't, and she heavily policed my actions. Right, and told me at one point, don't be bringing on baby's phone, but I don't think she believed I would do that. I think she was just saying this, you know, trolling me at shit at one point. You know? You gotta watch your kids. You gotta parent your kids, because if you don't, somebody else is gonna parent your kids, and it is looking pretty bleak at the end of 2023 and shit as far as education is concerned, and the climate of our society, which is lean more towards social engineering than anything else, and it's just out in the open. They think you're so stupid. They think you're a mouth breather. They think you don't even see what they're doing. That's why they're out in the open with it, or they're that fucking incompetent. And I have to lean towards somewhere right in the middle and shit. And it's all negative. All right, look at the state of this goddamn country. All right, you know, outside of the slave port is our own little hamlet here. You know, we're coming up on 2024. They'll be looking to distract you with all manner of shenanigans and nonsense. Okay, they've got a never-ending, you know, laundry list of what they think are affluent black men being paraded out on you know, sexual misconduct charges and shit. You know, and never-ending parade of that shit and other nonsense will be happening. And it's your job to, you know, cut the red tape and shit and deal with everything on you know, ground level. All right, grounded. Be grounded in 2024, and parent your fucking kids. And if you're a father and you don't have access to your kids on a regular shit, you make sure you police the fuck out of the other parent. I mean, you ride that bitch, okay? You ride that motherfucker like a horse and shit, man. All right, you make her life miserable. All right, make it the fucking life. Because you want your kids not to be pieces of shit in the future. You don't want to die knowing your kid's going to be out there at the mercy of whatever the fuck they're doing in the wider scheme of things and shit. And you have to worry. You have to always, you know, look over your kid's shoulder and police their social media and their contacts. Go on their fucking phone. You know, buy your kid a phone so that you can look at their calls. You know, monitor all that bullshit. Monitor the apps they're using. You know, go clone their friends list and run through that bitch and put a background check on it, okay? I don't tell you guys nothing I wouldn't or haven't done already myself to whatever degree I was able to. All right? I got no love for no fucking fat, thinking piece of shit. Putting their hands on kids. You know, I've seen women like this before. When I grew up with women like this. One of my first job that I had a fat, misshapen bitch like this trying it with me and shit. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. I am not doing that. Will be a straight up rape if you touch me. Okay, I will be reporting your ass to the police, and we will be fighting. We will be fighting for our lives together. Okay, I will be swinging for the fences like in every Rocky movie that you ever saw and shit. Like both the antagonist and Rocky himself. I'll be swinging everything with the mic. All right, I'm gonna tell you, I lost my virginity to somebody the same age as me, the exact person I wanted to lose it to and shit. Unfortunately for me. right? And fuck this fat bitch. She's still in someone's life. Okay, she's still in a boy's life. We don't know what that kid was going to do with his life or what he was going to become. We don't know what his real orientation was. You know, he had to use that diversity, inclusion, social engineering bullshit. We don't know who this kid is or what he was going to be. But now she's irreparably altered. You know, it's particularly devastating for young men, boys and young men, because you get sexually imprinted. We're visual creatures. There's no doubt about it. And you do get sexually imprinted from your first experience, your first exposure to inappropriate behavior and shit. Right? So therefore, it behooves you as a responsible parent to make sure you are looking over your kid's shoulder, you're shadowing their ass and shit. You letting these people know when they look at your kid, you looking at them. All right? And you want your kid to be comfortable with you. Come tell you anything. Don't fuck up. Take your kid to a competent therapist. Okay? Not a quack. I'm talking about a competent person, that's not going to involve any of their personal issues in the treatment of your kid if they've been, assaulted in this manner of shit. Okay? The behavior of these predators is akin to vampirism. They want to spread their malfeasant mindset to other people and have it flourish and shit. It's your job not to do that. And that's one of the reasons a lot of brothers want to get out of the system, out of the matrix, and build healthy families in other parts of the world. And, I see that as the only viable solution to saving the supposed black community post the conclusion of the civil rights era. Because everything after that has been like some sort of scam and trick bag and shit. And you niggas have been falling for it. All right? Motherfuckers have been falling for it. But if you love your kid and shit, you better stay in your kid's shadow. Okay? Because there's women out there waiting for your kid. There's pedos and everything. I don't have to say there's a male pedo. They assume when they hear that term that it's a man. All right? But in the black community, there is a proliferation, a glut of these stories. They go unheard. For every one you see publicized, there's thousands more out there. Okay? And keep your head on a motherfucking swivel for real. And you keep your head on the swivel for your goddamn kids. Alright? Protect your bag. Fucking don't make a fallen woman a steward of your family and your children. First teach your child, your children and shit, and protect your goddamn seed and shit. Especially after your kid has been born, man. You don't go through all that shit with a female and then have somebody come in and fuck your shit up and pervert your kid and turn it into an abomination and eat everything you ever hoped for your kid. Alright? Protect your seed. That's your future, your legacy. Alright? That's why SBM equals save yourself, black man. I do mean that, okay? Don't get it twisted and shit. I mean that shit, okay? Fuck this fat bitch. And fuck her rap.
Anything you want to say about the allegations against you? This is just your opportunity if you want to say anything. Did you have sex with your student?
26-year-old Gabriella Neufeld, she's on your screen, is a science teacher at South Meck High School. Police say she had sex with that student at least 5 times since mid-October. She was arrested Wednesday and bonded out of jail this morning. WBTV's Caroline Hicks was in court as she faced a judge for the first time today. Caroline, a lot happened in that courtroom. What did you learn?
That's exactly right. Well, Gabriella Neufeld was in court today along with her family. There was also a group of her students in court. They did not speak, but prosecutors did reveal new details in this case. According to prosecutors, it was the student's mother who caught them in the act. They say the mother caught her son having sex with his teacher in a car. South Mecklenburg High School teacher Gabriella Neufeld is facing 5 felony counts of sexual activity with a student. According to prosecutors, the student's mother found out about the relationship around Thanksgiving. They say she was tracking her son's location when she noticed he was not at rugby practice on Wednesday. She drove to his location, Park Road Park in South Charlotte. Prosecutors say that's when she saw her son and his teacher having sex in a car and called police. Is there anything you want to say about the allegations against you? This is just your opportunity if you want to say anything. Did you have sex with your student? We tried to speak with Neufeld after court. She did not respond to our questions. We spoke with attorney Brad Smith about how the law works in North Carolina in cases of sex involving students, even when a student is 18 years old.
It's unusual in the sense that the normal statutory sex offenses all deal with kids that are under the age of 16, whereas the exception to this is you can be at the age of consent, which an 18-year-old is technically the age of consent. But if you have a sexual relationship with that person as a teacher, then you're committing a felony.
Neufeld could face a Class G felony with a maximum of 47 months in prison, though Smith says it's likely she won't face that much time.
Presumably a teacher usually that's charged with this doesn't have any criminal history if the background check was successful. So the maximum sentence they're usually facing is 25 months.
Now, the judge did agree with the prosecutor's request for Neufeld to be on electronic monitoring. She will have to report to get that electronic monitor within the next 24 hours. According to CMS, she has been suspended with pay. Now, the prosecutors also mentioned that the school was aware of the rumors about a relationship between these two and actually addressed it with them. I contacted CMS about what was said in court regarding this. A spokesperson tells us the district cannot speak to any matters regarding personnel issues.
That bitch raped me, dog. She just took my shit. Just grabbed my dick, fam. I wasn't fucking with it, bro. She just grabbed my shit, fam. I wasn't even like ready, nigga. Like
other dudes.
Bro, like this shit was terrible, bro. I got molested and shit, bro. First time in my life, this shit's so weird. I want to tell a counselor or something, fam. I'm so like emotionally distressed about this shit. I got fucked, nigga, pretty much by a bitch I don't even know. She just took me, nigga, like I couldn't.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.